Hi everyone, welcome back. Welcome in my garden. It's the first day without rain this week, and I'm so happy. The first signs of spring we can see all over our city. You have a view with my city over there in the background. I live in East Europe. My name is Alina, and I warmly welcome you into my garden. Today I just want to give you a small update with how we progressed on our fence, how things are looking, what I plan to do this weekend. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll have a bit of sunshine before the last freeze of this spring will come our way, most likely Sunday evening. The forecast says we'll have about -1, -2 Celsius degrees, but it can always straight lower. So I want to prepare my garden for this freeze snap. The first thing I want to show you is this beautiful fence. It's still not looking properly done, just because it rained so much this past week. They could not finish the brushing. Hopefully they'll come next week to finish it off, but just to celebrate, I couldn't help myself but to treat myself. So I got there. Let me show you an olive tree, you guys. I'm so happy I got my hands on this olive tree. It's quite big and healthy, and I think it's gonna be in the perfect spot in my raised container here, just because it's south facing. It will not hold water. Olive trees are quite hardy to a lower temperature. Their only issue is they don't like wet feet and boggy water on their roots. So I'm pretty confident I can keep this one alive, just because this past winter, yeah, we also had a pretty mild winter, but this past winter this Loropetalum did quite well, and it's blooming. It's not that prolific, just because it was really tiny. I have a bunch of weeds, but I have no dead branches, just a few scrawny ones, but I blame the constructors on this scrawny branch as well. The Loropetalum is doing really well, so I'm thinking here it would be a perfect contrast color, just as this olive tree has a little bit of a grayish hue to its leaves, while this one is really bright red. Also, another thing I want to show you here in my raised container, raised bed, is this Californian lilac. Look at that color. After a full winter, it did not lose any branch, any leaf, so it did perfectly in this spot. Over there, as a backdrop, I have a variegated Euonymus, and a few alliums are starting to show their heads. Here I have Veronica, a purple Veronica. This one did quite well for me last summer, so my thought and thinking is I'll add some more. Then I have here a perennial allium. I think the variety was Allium Millennium, but I'm not quite sure. What I did, I bought one container and just split it in 3 parts. One side here, one here, and another here. Please don't mind my luscious weeds. I really have to get after them this weekend, because if afterwards we'll have sunny weather with all the rain we had, it's gonna be mental on how many weeds I'll have to deal with. What else should I show you? Just let me give you a round view of this fence. It's looking so much better than before. It's still not finished, as it's supposed to be without lighter patches, but hopefully after their visit next week we'll have a more finished look. There I have my winter sewing project. I'm curious if everything is in order. Oh, you can see a few leaves inside. Here a bigger one actually. What do I have there? Winter stock. Yeah. So this is the first time I'm trying winter sewing. What I did not take into account was my kids wanting to play with it. And they kind of scrambled them quite a bit. I'm so happy with how the fencing is looking already. It's a difference night and day. And I'm thinking, yeah, they're playing over there. I'm thinking now I can do a nice espalier. I saw some very cute ideas, and I really want to try some trailing, maybe star jasmine, or yeah, I have a few ideas over there. Look at that. That's what's causing the sound. I don't know if you can hear it. They are fighting something over there in the background. Just because it's super late, I want to take care of this little corner. Every year I plant here Calibrachoa, and I'm thinking I have to put it as soon as possible just to get it acclimated to their final destination, just because of the freeze we'll have, the cold snap we'll have. Last summer I had a variety of colors. This time around I thought I'll go just with pink, as here I have another pink hydrangea, and the tulips will also be pink, so I was just going for a more same shade situation. So guys, I've gotten this bright idea that if I'm gonna plant the Calibrachoa, what if I were to put some more of my leftover pansies? I have this bright yellow Thuya occidentalis, Mr. Bow it's called, which has very yellow tips, and I thought they would work perfectly with these pansies, as they have a little bit of yellow inside, and there are quite a bunch that are whole yellow. And then I thought, what if I were to bring out some of my lupins? I started this from seed mid-January. They're looking quite nice. And then I have a few delphiniums I also started from seed. They have a little bit of damage as they were making our fence, just because I put them out for hardening off. I was thinking I'll put the Calibrachoa in a drift like this, just to continue the cute little tulips, and maybe the pansies in between, and more so in this corner. Here I also have a grass that's supposed to get out soon, so maybe we'll space this one a bit more in this direction. I'm trying to also keep in mind where my drip irrigation outlets are. Yeah, let's get planting. behind this white lavender. Up. And the lupins. Let's put the mid border. One over here, maybe one here, and I have a third one. I can put farther away. If I were to put this final lupin here in front of the tulips, I'm really doubtful it will overpower the situation, and as the tulips fade away, the lupins can take that place. I can test it out. It's just a scrawny little thing at the moment. Might be perfect for that spot. So if I take a look around, I just placed each pansy where I think it might be a great place for it. And now I'm gonna get to planting. Kind of it for weather without rain. Look of the corner. Do you guys think I planted too far apart the pansies? Might they be too spaced? I don't know. I'm sure the Calibrachoa will nicely fill in the space I gave it. Hopefully the pansies will naturalize, self-seed, and maybe give me this color every spring, every autumn. I have one that I forgot to plant over there in the back. And the texture from the delphinium, I think is just nice, right balance, because this juniper is bluish, the pine is also blue, while the delphinium is a very intense green. Then there's a second delphinium with a lupin, and the third delphinium, and another lupin over there. I tried to space away from my lavender as much as I think it might grow, just to not shadow everything. And if you take a look at the background with my plant, with my pot I planted the other day, I think this color scheme ties perfectly with that over there. You have the red pansies, which are more of a burgundy, that look very similar to the heuchera. Then the pink matches nicely the pieris, and the yellow pansies both tie my thuya to my acer, and they brighten up the space. I also have here barberries, um, that's chartreuse, and I think that will also go really well with the yellow pansies. I'm not that big of a fan of yellow, but I think in this scenario where I have very dark soil and dark shaded evergreens, yellow brightens things up and makes things more luminous. Let me know in the comments below if you think I spaced the pansies too far apart. They are about 10 centimeters away from each other. This is a slightly shaded corner, and I think they can survive well into the winter. For me, during the summer, the pansies do tend to fade away, but they rarely die if I water them consistently. It's a shorter video this time just because I only got the chance to get out in the afternoon and the rain is starting to pick up, but I really hope you enjoyed spending your time with me. I inspired you, and I would really like to know if you think, and you have more experience than me with the pansies, if you think I spaced them too far apart. I think the whole corner looks so much brighter now and more finished and tidy. I still have to give it a good fertilizing and mulch a little bit. Yeah, that's kind of it for today. So thank you so much for watching, joining me, spending your time with me. I really hope you had a great time. Until the next time, I wish you a lovely day in your gardens. Bye bye.